Hi, Team Magical Moments. It's Laura Godwin here, Scentsy Superstar Director. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to chat with you about some pretty important things and tips that you can use in your Scentsy business. Your amazing director, Sarah, was so kind. I was just super thrilled when she asked me to speak to you. I want to talk to you about authenticity. And I also want to throw in how to help people be drawn to you and attracted to you and to follow you. And then we're going to talk a little bit about consistency as well. So a little bit about me. My Scentsy story is super fun. I joined Scentsy 10 years ago. And I was a much different person than I am today in a very good way. Scentsy has helped me grow as a person in so many different ways. I'm much more confident and just more sure of myself, and I am truly living the best life ever, I feel. Scentsy has been such a blessing to our family. 10 years ago, I didn't know all of that. I just joined because I wanted the kit, and I didn't see it going anywhere. I honestly told my husband what I had done. I had gotten a starter kit, and he was like, and what are you going to do? Like, you're going to sell something? Because that isn't my personality at all. And plus I was super timid and very, 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 oh gosh, just shy and introverted. And so this was a big deal. And I told him, I'm like, oh, I'm not going to sell it. I just wanted the kit. It's a really good deal. And so anyway, I got bit by the Scentsy virus and it just started having the most fun ever. People loved it. I loved it. I loved the culture. I started growing. I started having fun and making money. And that is really the basis of everything. If you can have fun and make a little bit of money along at the same time, that's what it's about. And so the fun part of Scentsy is that I kept growing myself as a person. I really believe personal development is so necessary to growing your Scentsy business. You will only grow your Scentsy business or your income as much as you grow yourself. And so I started growing myself every training, every event. I was reading books as well. And the more I grew, the more my Scentsy business grew. And I hit director in 6 months and superstar director a year later. And I've earned every fall incentive trip since I started Scentsy. I've met the most amazing people ever, been to amazing places, and I just feel like I'm living my best life. I get to help people and, watch them hit milestones as well. I mean, how magical is that, right? That, my success isn't the pinnacle of this entire journey, but it's the fact that I get to watch people hit milestones and see successes in their life over and over and over again. And I stinking love that. Okay. So I want to talk to you about how to be super authentic so that you create a following and so that you draw people to you, because you know what? We all want to be influential. We want to make a difference. I believe that is something we are born with. And yeah, a lot of us just resign to the fact that we will never make a difference, or we can't, or, we weren't born to stand out, or all these things that we tell ourselves. But if we're really being honest, I believe that especially in our Scentsy businesses, we want to have those loyal customers that choose us, even though they know they can get their wax from anywhere, a store even, or even other distributors, right? Other consultants. But we would love in our hearts to know that, man, they chose us because of maybe something that we've done. And what is it that we need to do to make people become loyal to us? And I want to talk about the fact that I believe that authenticity is at the very core of helping you create a following of lasting, loyal customers and followers, people that will want to do life with you. And I know that sometimes authenticity gets a little bit hairy because people will say to me, Laura, I'm authentic, but I'm also super weird, and I don't want to scare anybody off. And I get that you have to kind of taper your authentic self, and to make sure that you are the best version of yourself, because we do know that people are looking. They're watching, and what we show them about us is what they will know us for. And so I think it's very, very important for you to know that, hey, whatever you put out there is what people are going to recognize you by. It's what people are going to mention you. And like as they're talking and as they're speaking, you want to put your best foot forward, but at the same time, you've got to be authentic. If you are constantly trying to duplicate what someone else did, although it was a grand idea for them, it may not be you. And you've got to work on what makes you you. I ask my team members this. I'm going to ask you right now. If you stripped away Scentsy and even took away your real job, whatever it is that you might do, hopefully you will retire from your real job and just work Scentsy soon. But until that time comes, if you took away your real job and you took away even your kids and you took away your Scentsy business, what makes you you? What are the things that people would know you by? Do you have crazy hair? Do you maybe have a pet chicken? Or is there a hobby that you really love? I know I got into chalk painting, and it was so crazy. People would see me in the store, or they would see me at a Scentsy event, and they would go, "How's the chalk painting going? What was the brand you used?" And I'm like, wow, how do they even know that I chalk paint? Well, yeah, I had put it out there. I had talked about it, on social media. I'd even posted a few pictures, and it was so kind of cool that people knew me by one of my hobbies. And so I want you to think about how people would know you. And then I want you to think about which of those things that you wrote down that kind of set you apart, that makes you super authentic, different than maybe some of your friends or some of your Scentsy colleagues. What makes you different? And use that. Market yourself by that. Talk about it a lot. Even use it, maybe create your own hashtag or put it in your bio on your Scentsy website and even in your social media platforms. Let that be your, defining thing that just makes you you. And it can be several things and it can change. I don't chalk paint that much anymore. I've painted everything in my house. So I kind of moved on and I picked up CrossFit, and that was kind of fun. And now people ask me, how's CrossFit going? It's just so fun to see that as I'm just really doing life, but I'm not afraid to talk about the things that maybe sets me apart, makes me a little bit different and unique. And so when you live that authentic life and you're not afraid to just let people in on it, you will attract people. You will be different, and people are drawn to different. People are drawn to authenticity and what makes you genuine. People are also drawn to things whenever you are a giving soul. So for instance, I didn't just talk about me CrossFitting or talk about me chalk painting. I told them, what I did right and what I did wrong. And I was free with tips and ideas and things like that. And so people knew that, man, she's not just doing this, she's helping us decide if we want to do it too. And so it's so funny. I would, get a new piece of, something to paint. And I would be like, okay, I'm using this, this brush and I'm using this brand of chalk paint, and here's the before and after. And people love that. They love to be, taken in on the ride. And, people want to know what's in it for them. And so I really believe you attract people whenever you're not just authentic, but that you're also, willing to give some advice or willing to show a little bit, help them along the way, give them a recipe or give them a tip or show them, something that you've done well or something that you've learned the hard way, and bring them in along the ride with you. So, but I want to lastly talk about consistency, because some people get the authenticity right. And some people even, have a following, but they are not consistent. So they're hot and then they're cold and they're posting all the time one week, and then the next week they're not posting, or they've changed it up. And so I want to say that whatever you choose from your list that you wrote down that sets you apart, that makes you authentic, I want you to kind of hold on to it. And if you have to set a reminder in your phone or in your calendar, that's totally fine. But at least once a week, post something along those lines so that you're creating a consistent thread of whatever it is that you choose. So it really wouldn't be very wise marketing for me if I did want to, kind of talk about one of my hobbies. If I only talked about it once a month, then it probably wouldn't get much attention. It wouldn't really create that following and that connection that I'm looking for on social media, right? No, because I wouldn't be consistent with it. But maybe once a week, if I posted something about it, that might be a little bit better. And so I just want you to be authentic. If you love the laundry line, but you don't so much love the essential oils, then I want you to be authentic. You don't have to say that you don't love the essential oils, but I want you to hone in and I want you to focus on the things that you love about Scentsy. And I want you to be as authentic as you can. And I want you to find those things about yourself that set you apart. If you have a special pet that is super cute, and then, maybe you can use that pet and I don't know, just create some fun magical moments where you can use that pet and somehow work your Scentsy into your story about how that pet must love the new Scentsy shipment because he sat on it all day long or something like that, but be authentic and try to merge what you're passionate about with what you're known for, and then be consistent and do it often so that people feel like they get to know you. You've made a connection with them. You've been authentic. That's going to set you apart. But then you've attracted people, but you've got to be consistent if you want to keep that following and if you want to make people feel like that they are connected with you. I hope that this makes sense. I hope it inspires you to think about how you market yourself a little bit differently through the eyes of someone else maybe. I cannot wait to hear your success stories, and you guys have a fantastic meeting. Bye.